Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another episode of our venture in the visual novel If My Heart Had Wings, Flight Diary. And in the last episode, we show in this particular arc of the story how close Amane and Aoi are, to which she had requested some comfort from her boyfriend, Aoi, as a means to cheer her up after many of the students in the class in which she lectures wasn't understanding the information and had to be assisted by Akari Kumoi, who also happened to be the student council president in that regard, as a means to help teach the class accordingly. And then after that, Aoi mentions to Amane that there is a plan to go on a double date involving Tatsuya, Itsuka, Aoi, and Amane. And Amane says that's a great idea, and she kind of picks up on it. She kind of doesn't that Itsuka and Tatsuya like each other, but of course, apparently there's some awkwardness going on with Itsuka in that regard. But let's go ahead and get back to it, and let's see how the conversation finishes with Amane and Aoi, and let's see if this double date actually happens. Let's transition. See what we got. So how have things been between you two? Have you been keeping touch with Itsuka?
この前電話で少し話したぞ。メールの返事をしないと怒られた。
Well, you were probably busy, you know? Itsuka wasn't the only person. You really seemed to open up to her. It was still a little awkward when you two reunited.
もう元通りだ。これも葵たちのおかげだ。
Is that right? Okay, well, glad it could be of service. She gave my arm a tight squeeze.
葵が雲の回廊に私を連れて行ってくれたから。だから、イスカは嘘つきじゃなくなった。
Is that right? Itsuka wasn't a liar, so her friendship was just like it was before. Simple as that. That's great.
よかった。
Looking at Amane so happy like that suddenly reminded me of something. Actually, you hold on to this, Kotori. Itsuka had given the notebook back to Kotori. In that moment, why had Itsuka hesitated?
どうした？葵。
Nah, it's nothing. Just looking forward to our double date.
あ、楽しみだ。荒ぶるアヒルのポーズ。
And there it is. Where two of them are doing it. It was Sunday morning. At the entrance of Flying Fish Manor were two adult women. They stood with one leg up, arms in the air, trying to do the dancing duck pose. And Hat's response was...
こわ。
He just tilted his head.
まだか。ハット。さあ、荒ぶりなさい。あんたの野生を呼び覚ますのよ。
Hat looked at them like he was thinking what miserable creatures human beings must be. More of an intellectual than a wild beast. Besides, ducks were born from selective breeding, so they probably aren't really used to dancing.
ダメか。
The two used up both of their strength and collapsed.
疲れるぞ、このポーズ。
That's probably why Pat doesn't do it, because he knows that.
運動不足を痛感させられるね。
I guess you just gotta get back into shape. What a way to start off the morning. The plan was to go out today. Today was the double date that we had planned, Tatsuya and Itsuka along with Amane and myself. We were meeting at Flying Fish Manor, which was why Itsuka was here. We were just waiting on Tatsuya. Hat let out a yawn and headed back towards Kotori's room, leaving the two behind. Sorry, but we're out of his cucumber snacks.
水瀬くんのせいじゃないよ。
ハットが僕のこと忘れちゃってるからしょうがない。
Kotori had taken on the challenge several times as well, but it was no good. He must have forgotten all about that pose. On a side note, Kotori couldn't do the pose herself, so she had Asa do it for her. How cruel life could be. I'll bring some drinks. I went to go get drinks from the fridge since the two were moving around so much.
珍しいね、アマネが遊びに誘ってくれるなんて。
そうか？
っていうか初めてなんじゃない？
そうだったかな。
でも嬉しいよ。一緒に遊びに行くなんて昔に戻ったみたいな気になる。
あ、私もだ。きっと楽しいぞ、ダブルデート。
ダブルデート？
I brought some barley tea. The conversation had turned the wrong way when I came back with some tea.
何かなそのダブルデートって。
Well, there that goes. Isuka pushed aside the tea I brought and drew nearer to Amane.
それはその。
F in the comments, please. Amane, troubled, looked at me for help. Looks like I would have to be the bad guy here. Actually, I'm the one that set this up.
水瀬くんが？
Isuka, you seemed like, you were into Tatsuya, so I kind of assumed that. So I kind of set this up. Isuka looked at me perplexed. Tatsuya's really popular, but he doesn't have a girlfriend, and I thought you two would be a really nice match, is all. Right, Amane?
そんなところだ。
僕ってそんな風に見えた？
Looks like she's taking it a bit well. Everyone cross your fingers. Isuka asked, faced redder than a tomato. Yeah. Should I have not done that?
そんなことないよ。意識してないこともないから。
Okay, folks, we safe for right now. We are safe for now. We are safe for now.
でもおかしいな。ちゃんと隠してたはずなのにな。
No. It was like she couldn't see the forest for the trees. It was strange, but the only people that usually didn't notice these kinds of situations were the couples themselves. So I just thought it'd be nice if Amani and I could help you two get along.
ああ、そうだ。
おかしいと思ってたんだよ。アマネが遊びに誘ってくるなんてさ。でもじゃあ今日のこれって。
The double date. I have a sneaky suspicion this is going to be very awkward moving forward. Isuka jumped when the doorbell suddenly rang. Coming!
Yo!
Tatsuya, morning. Tatsuya walked inside, smiling from ear to ear. When she saw his face, Isuka turned pale.
五十嵐くん。
She leaned back as if she had taken a hit.
おはよう、いいっすか。
別に何でもないよ。
Desperate, Isuka took the cup of tea right out of my hand. She chugged the whole thing and shoved the glass back to me. She then moved on to Amane's glass. She chugged 2 whole cups of tea. And when she realized that everyone was looking at her in awe,
いやー、もう9月も半ばだっていうのに暑いね。喉がカラカラだよ。
Okay.
本当に大丈夫なのか？熱中症か何かなんじゃ。
大丈夫です
ならいいんだが。
Aoi, pull him to the side and tell him what happened. Now that we're all here, let's go.
おお
ああ、
We took off with Tatsuya still completely unaware of what was going on. Our double date was off to a rough start.
なんだって？
Tatsuya unintentionally shouted when I told him about what happened as we were in line for ice cream. Sorry, Tatsuya.
いや、いいんだ。お前が悪いわけじゃない。
I had told Tatsuya that Itsuka knew that today was supposed to be a double date.
そうか。道理でいつかのやつ。
He looked towards Itsuka, who was sitting on a bench with Amane. Itsuka was so nervous, she had her hands on her knees, like she was going to a job interview, while Amane was relaxed in comparison.
そうか。そういうことか。
Are you okay, Tatsuya? You don't look well.
ああ。いつかがデートだって意識してると思うと、ちょっとな。
Tatsuya was starting to shake. It wasn't like he hadn't been on a date before, but I guess he just really liked Isuka. He must have thought about her a lot even after she left. I wonder what it would be like to have feelings for someone that you may never see again.
落ち着け俺。ここでうろたえたらいつかに見透かされるぞ。だがしかし、震えが止まらん。
F in the comments for Tatsuya. Tatsuya held down his right arm as if there was an evil spirit possessing it. Whoa, even Tatsuya, who was always so calm and in control. Even Tatsuya was freaking out. This was why falling in love was so scary. Thinking back on it now, when I was crushing on Amane, although she thought we were already dating, I had been a little weird too. I'm embarrassed to even think about the times when I would roll around in bed hugging my pillow. It'll be alright, Tatsuya,
どうしてそう言える？
because Isuka probably doesn't think this is a bad thing. She seems nervous, but does it look like she's against the idea? Tatsuya took a look at Isuka. I mean, since you know this is a date and whatnot, then I think y'all should just find a section, you know, in the park or something, and then you just tell each other how you feel. I mean, I think that would clear all of this up, because I think what it is now is anxiety, because the two of them don't really know where the two of them stand. Isuka noticed that their eyes had met and abruptly looked away. She must have been stealing a glance of Tatsuya every now and then. Maybe Isuka has a thing for you too. Well, actually, she did. Maybe it wasn't my place to tell him such things, but then again, anybody could tell just from looking at them.
本当か？本当にそう思うか？
Yeah, I do.
だがしかし、ここでおかしな態度を見せれば嫌われる可能性だってある。
Where exactly does that logic come from? Tatsuya put his hand on his forehead to think. It was like watching a detective solve a murder scene on a TV show. It's too funny seeing Tatsuya like this. I was sure this would make a funny story one day. I could tell Aga and the others would find it very funny. Amane and I will give you some help, so go get her, Tatsuya. And we'll see if Tatsuya makes his move on the next episode. Oh my gosh, now that's a cliffhanger right there. But yeah, when it really comes down to it, you just got to tell the person who you're interested in how you really feel, especially when there's clear evidence that there might already be some chemistry there that's going to catalyze. So with that, you just have to get it all out. Lay it all out on the table and say, hey, look, this is where I'm at. Would you like to go out? And I get it. There's the whole fear and anxiety factor of what if they reject me and all this stuff. Well, now you have closure and then you can move on. And yes, it sucks if they don't reciprocate your feelings. That's life. Not everyone's going to have the same feelings as we do. It's just not going to be that way. And then you might eventually find that one. But the whole thing is, live your life. Don't live it in fear like that. Not worth it. So with that, I want to thank everyone for watching this episode this time around. If you like what you saw, maybe consider leaving a like. And if you'd like to see more, and you haven't already, consider subscribing. And also be sure to activate the notifications so you know exactly when the next episode is coming out. You can also join my Discord and join the alerts on there or my Twitter. And therefore, you'll also get the alerts in that regard when the next episode is coming out or any other content that's on my channels. So with that, thanks again. And until next time, happy mixing, everyone.
Ha ha ha.